Amy Vilela and Brianna Westbrook are together, two Justice Democrats. And great to see both of you. Both of you have been on the show several times now. I love to see Justice Democrats working together. But Brianna, you're turning into, and don't take this the wrong way, I mean it nothing but positive, the progressive Forrest Gump. You're showing up in all these different places. So you're from Arizona. What are you doing in Nevada?
Well, I'm friends with Amy, and I believe in her message and her campaign. So we got a couple things we're doing out here. We're meeting with some marijuana companies, and she has early ballots that are dropping, so I'm going to do some canvassing for her.
All right, excellent. Amy, we've talked about your campaign before, but when's the primary?
It's June 12th. Early voting begins this Saturday, so we're definitely in the midst of get out the vote right now.
And so, Amy, you know, look, I'm obsessed with this lately because the Democratic Party establishment figures started this fight. So, you know, your story is so compelling, and it's been featured by Bernie Sanders in his push for Medicare for all. We talked about what happened to your daughter and the tragedy, et cetera, before, and everybody should check out those previous interviews as well. So, as I'm asking all the candidates, why wouldn't the Democratic Party just support you? You seem like a great candidate. They win the seat. Everybody's happy, right? So what's the issue at hand?
You know, there's powerful forces in Washington, D.C., and I think there's a feeling of entitlement for my main opponent, who has not been here in Nevada. Yesterday, I now see that even Joe Biden has now stepped in and put his thumb on the scale, along with the DCCC. You know, they don't want anybody in office that they can't control, and I am not one to be controlled. I'm going to be bold, fearless, and a warrior for the people, and that's non-negotiable to me. And I don't think that's what they look for in a resume for a congresswoman.
So, Amy, if the Democratic Party in Washington is in favor of your opponent, this is such a facetious question. Is it because your opponent is more progressive than you and would represent the Democratic Party more?
No, not at all. Actually, when we were on stage last night at a Next Gen forum, they asked who here is not accepting corporate PAC money. I was the only one in this race out of 6 of us that actually raised my hand. And he is definitely against Medicare for all. His big plan to save everyone in healthcare is a really less than ambitious plan to bring down cost on pharmaceuticals. That is basically he's going to hire a bunch of his friends who are consultants to tell us why they're so expensive. So it's definitely a huge difference, but he doesn't have the people behind him. The people are behind my candidacy, and I think he's bringing in all the heavy hitters from Washington, D.C., because he's afraid. We definitely have a chance to win this seat in Nevada.
Yeah. And that's why I'm here supporting Amy. You know, her campaign is authentic and true, and it's what America wants. And it's important that we elect Amy and other progressives throughout this entire country that stay true to the people and not corporate donors. And no corporate PAC money is what we need from all candidates. And Amy's been nothing but upfront about where she stands with money in politics. And we need more candidates out there speaking boldly like Amy.
Yeah, no, look, Amy, you're one of my favorite candidates, and I love what a fighter you are and how progressive you are and how you're taking all these guys on and have all this momentum, which we'll talk about in a second. But Brianna, you're one of my favorite progressives. I mean, you want to talk about somebody who's going to help someone out, get in the fight, and roll up their sleeves. So did you drive all the way from Arizona to Nevada? What did you do? And what are you doing to help Amy in that case? Canvassing, organizing volunteers, what are you guys up to?
Well, we're going to do some canvassing, and also we have an event scheduled for Saturday for the LGBTQ community. I'm planning on leading a discussion in that forum. I drove here. I got in the car this morning, my team and we drove up here and made it here in 3 hours. It's a quick drive.
You must have been speedy.
We were.
3 hours.
We're going 5 over. We were going 5 over, but we made it pretty quick. It's a quick drive, and you know, Nevada is basically northern Arizona. So I'm used to the climate. I'm used to canvassing in this weather. A lot of people aren't. It's hotter than hell. but I'm used to it, and I'm looking to get out here and meet some of her neighbors and talk good about Amy to her, these people that we haven't talked to yet.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. This is what unity looks like. And Brianna, of course, ran as a Justice Democrat in Arizona. So, Amy, I understand that you're starting to rally some progressive activists in the area. So, any updates on that?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I'm so sorry.
Other progressive activists, are they starting to rally around your campaign?
Oh yes, we've got a lot of support. We aren't having to have a paid canvassing effort. It's all from support and volunteers, young people. It's very telling. Every single forum we go to, it is just packed with Amy supporters. And it's the message really. It's not about Amy. It's really about the people really coming out and feeling like they have a seat at the table and that they have a voice. And it's exciting to see people get so energized by this platform. And it has taken everyone by surprise. I really think it's taken a lot of the establishment by surprise as well.
So let's talk strategy for a second. And let me put up the links while we do that. It's amyforthepeople.com, and 4 is a number, of course, amyforthepeople.com. And all the links will be down below if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook later. And so get in the fight, guys. Donate and volunteer, etc. But so talk to me about how you're going to spend the money that you have. I know the other guys have more money, and how many volunteers you have. And for these last couple of weeks here, what's the final push look like?
Well, we definitely are not fundraising as much as our corporatist opponent. But we are the second highest fundraiser in this race, which is pretty amazing. And we are making every dollar count. They quoted us a price of $10,000 for signs. We're like, no, we're going to do guerrilla style. We've been out here spray painting signs. All the volunteers have been coming out, the young people from the colleges using their artistic abilities, and we're putting that out. What we do need, though, we do have to have this final push for literature, for buy-in on social media. We have a new video that we're putting out tomorrow morning that we definitely need everyone to share it, and whatever they can contribute. Right now is a time that we need people to step in and help us take this victory to January the 12th. We are ready to do this social media buy-in. We will not have money for TV ads, but we do have the power of the people, and we are going to be able to put our message out there very loud and clear. So this is the time, if you really want to be a part of this campaign and see us take this seat, not just for 2018, but in preparation for 2020, this is the time to get involved in my campaign. We've laid the groundwork. We've knocked on over 30,000 doors. We've made over 45,000 phone calls, and we are out here. We are viable, and this is a winnable race.
And that's why I'm here. It's the winning message, and it shows. You can use our race for example. We ran on similar platforms. I ran in Arizona's 8th district, and I was outspent too. But my platform is the same as Amy's. It's the Justice Democrat platform. We were outspent 10-1, but achieved almost 40% of the vote. Amy's fundraising effort and that platform is going to take it over the top. So this is going to be a very great race. Amy's going to come out on top. I'm sure of it. And that's why I'm here. I want to be a part of it. It's amazing. She's got a great team all the way around. And she's got this.
Yeah.
Well,
we've got this.
And the progressives need to know this is an important seat. This is really important. And Joe Biden isn't coming out and endorsing my opponent, who was working for a lobbyist firm on K Street across from the Capitol, because they think this is an easy race. They have data, they know what's going on, and we just need enough just to push us over the edge and push us into victory.
Right. And 2 more Justice Democrats won last night, one in Texas and one in Georgia. So we've got a lot of victories across the country now. So looking forward to Nevada and hope that Amy can pull it out. So any way that you guys can help, justdemocrats.com/Amy2018. amyforthepeople.com/join us, and you'll get to maybe see Brianna and Amy.
Yes.
And if you volunteer out there, make sure that you're getting in the fight and joining these wonderful women in the progressive cause. By the way, Brianna's now running for a state seat, So I just gave you the links for that as well, and that'll be down below as well. Because here's what Brianna is not going to do. She's not going to sit down. Right? She's going to keep on fighting, and that's what I love about her. All right. Thank you. We appreciate both of you. Go get them.
Thanks,
Thank
Cenk.
you.